Hey beauties, how are you? Welcome back to Pain to Passion Live. This is a Coffee with Gabi episode, so grab your favorite hot or iced beverage, have a seat somewhere cozy that you love, maybe looking at a beautiful view, and let's chat for a few minutes. So I have a question I would like to pose. What are some things that you haven't done because you've been scared? I know I've talked about this before, but I feel like this is really important, especially in this realm that I'm in where I help trauma survivors and help people through their nervous system dysregulation, which comes from genuinely scary places in their past. Like your nervous system gets scared because something that's happening now is reminding you of something that was legitimately frightening or dangerous in the past. But I still believe that there is a place for pushing through fear. Because on the other side of fear often are some of the greatest gifts of your life. I want to tell you a quick story. Several years ago, I was actually going on a trip to Bhutan. You may or may not know where Bhutan is, but it's this awesome, gorgeous little country that's nestled between Nepal and India. And I was going there to speak at an event. And I was feeling anxiety about this trip for a while before I went. But as soon as I got on the airplane that was going across the ocean, I legitimately had a panic attack. Now listen, this is not the first time that I have traveled overseas. I have been traveling overseas usually on my own since I was about 20 years old. It's something that I love. Going to different countries is one of my all-time favorite things. But I'll tell you what, every single time that I travel domestically and internationally, I have a lot of anxiety. I get really, really anxious. I have the heart flutters. I second guess whether or not I'm supposed to go. I can't tell you how many times I've been asking myself, should I actually do this? I'm feeling really anxious. Maybe I should just stay home. Like my whole body is just saying, stay home, stay home, stay home. But this particular time was really bad. I was on this flight. It was actually from Dallas all the way to Dubai, and it was a long flight. And I remember I went into that tiny little airplane bathroom. You know how weird and gross those things are. And looked in the mirror. The plane is literally in the air over the ocean flying. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this, with tears just streaming down my face. Now, of course, at this point, there's literally no way out. And I knew that, but I was still in that bathroom just panicking, like, what am I doing? Going to a country that I have never been to before without my family, and it's going to be for like 10 days. What the heck am I doing? This is ridiculous. I'm crazy. I'm so scared. But no turning back. Sat back down in my seat, went on. Obviously got to Bhutan and back without any incidents happening. But here's the thing. That was one of the most extraordinary trips and experiences of my life. It was so amazing, you guys. And I have to say that every time I have decided to travel somewhere and push through that real, very, very real anxiety and fear, something beautiful and extraordinary happens on the other side. It's taught me something really very cool. Now, I often still experience anxiety or fear about doing new things, trying something new, going to a new place that I've never been before, talking to someone I've never talked to before. You may or may not believe this, but I struggle with all of those things. I have a fear of talking on the telephone, for heaven's sake. Like, I really have never enjoyed just calling someone up because I have so much anxiety surrounding it. However, I have learned to train myself at this point to breathe through that fear. I know that sounds so basic, but it really does work just to breathe. And I think about what is awaiting me on the other side and what comfort I can look forward to when it is over. So, for example, if I have to call an insurance company, nobody likes that, right? But I have to do it. I have to get this done. I have to figure this out. I will breathe and I will tell myself, okay, when this is over, not only will this issue be taken care of, but also I can have a cup of coffee. Now, for bigger things, such as speaking on stage, which I did in March, and please excuse my dog who is sitting at my feet sneezing and scratching herself. Oh, how many of you have dogs that are just like, no, Mom, you can't get on to Zoom or the phone right now. That is my dog. Anyway, back to the subject. Bigger things like going to speak on stage like I did at the Unstoppable Life event that I spoke at in March. I had anxiety. I was feeling nervous. But not only did I decide that nervousness was excitement, but I also told myself, what am I going to feel when I get to the other side of this? I knew I was going to feel an amazing sense of accomplishment. I knew that I would feel so happy because speaking on stages is something that I truly want to do more of, and I love having that impact. And I knew also that I would be heading home to hug my kiddos the next day. So that helped me get through the present moment by looking at what would happen next, not in a dissociative way. Now, understand me, you don't want to dissociate in these moments. You just want to ground yourself in the reality of what is and in what is to come. Because oftentimes, fear will make you think that this is going to last forever. I'm going to feel like this forever. But that's just not so. So what can you think of to breathe through the fear that you're experiencing now to get you to the other side? When it was this trip to Bhutan, I told myself, I know that I can get through this airplane ride, and every day I can say, okay, I'm one day closer to getting home to my kids. I'll tell you what, 24 hours into that trip, 24 hours into being in Bhutan, I wasn't thinking that anymore. I was thinking, I hope this feels like it lasts a lot longer than it is, because this is amazing. And that will happen for you as well. Once you actually arrive at that point that you were afraid of, you'll often realize wow, this is actually amazing, and you won't want it to end. But it helped me to calm down my nervous system and to breathe and to have less anxiety, just to think, okay, every day gets me a little bit closer to getting back home to my family. And it helped me be able to get off of that plane in a completely different state of mind than when I got onto the airplane. So what can you do? What is something that you're afraid of doing right now? What is something that your fear has been holding you back from? How can you breathe through that? Look at it through a really realistic lens of oh, this thing has a start and a finish. I know that I'm not going to die when I do this thing, because you're giving this message to your body, you're going to be okay. Even if everything goes wrong, you're going to be okay. And think about what you can comfort yourself with that will be after, something that will bring you to this sense of home, a sense of security, of safety, even if it's something as simple as like tonight, after I do this scary thing, I know that I'll be able to sit on my couch and watch my favorite show on Netflix. I would love to hear if this is helpful for you guys, because honestly, I think we miss out on a lot of the things that we're supposed to be doing and a lot of the things that we could be experiencing because we're scared. And fear makes sense. Like, it's normal, you guys. There's nothing wrong with you because you're afraid. But what you can do is equip yourself with the ability to breathe through it, have a realistic view of what's actually going on, and get to the other side. I'd love to hear from you. Please message me and let me know if this encouraged you, or if there's something you've been afraid to do that you're going to go after now. I would love to cheer you on. I'm so amazed and proud of you. And remember, I have a free 10-day downloadable soul care journal for you guys available on my website. It is beautiful. You will love it. So check out the link to get that free journal in the show notes, or you can click on it in the bio of my Instagram or my Facebook. It is there as well. And enjoy that soul care journal. And heads up, I am launching a brand spanking new 12-week one-on-one coaching program very, very soon. It's going to be incredible. So if you want to know more about that, shoot me an email or a DM and let me know you want to know about it as soon as it launches, because it's going to be just for a limited few people. And it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. And thank you again for being here. I love you guys. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.